are criminals because they don't care about the law. This is what makes every police officer a criminal. And what makes every therapist in America a criminal. Every hospital worker in America a criminal. When it comes to at-risk adults and children, these people are not on your side. They'll steal your kids, they'll steal white people's kids, they'll steal black people's kids. They'll steal all sorts of people's kids. Now, who are the most likely kids for them to take? It's gonna sound crazy. Blonde-haired, blue-eyed white girls under the age of 6. This is because all services involved can get a lot of money because the most sought-after children in the United States are blonde-haired, blue-eyed girls under the age of 6. They're the easiest to adopt out. They're also some of the toughest to get a family to let go of. Why is it that as a white man, you need an assault rifle? Obviously, the firearm on the front of this is a .22 long rifle. That's the caliber of the bullet and the name of the bullet, but that's obviously not a rifle. Certainly not a long rifle. That's a pistol. See, that pistol is for easy defense. That's in specific a vest pistol. It is specifically designed to fit into a vest pocket. That's what a vest pistol is for. Now we have got a situation here where we've got politicians who are ignorant of the ways of the world. I mean, Jesus Christ, how can you even listen to Donald Trump or Joe Biden and think that they have anything meaningful to contribute to this country? The last president we had that actually did something for this country, and this is pathetic to have to admit this, Bill fucking Clinton. White males need to have guns for a reason. We are blamed for everything. All right? Every black person and every woman out there knows that all she's got to do if she does something fucked up to you is pretend that you're sexist or racist. And automatically, it must be true you're a white male. We literally have black people who are murdering white people because those white people aren't being racist. All lives matter. You really gonna shoot somebody in the head for that? The one that disgusts me the most is that lady who was with the Peace Corps. Went to many countries to help out others, regardless of their skin color. And how did her life end? She said all lives matter. The black man pulled out a gun and blew her fucking head off. BLM don't give a shit about the government. BLM is too busy blaming all white people and trying to shame us for being white. Oh, how dare you be born white? You must be a racist because you're white. No. Matter of fact, you're a racist for saying that. See, you want to believe in wives' tales where every white man has a picture-perfect, picturesque, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, white wife. And she just stays home with the Rugrats and has fun. And our lives are so perfect with our white privilege checks and our massive mansions with 2-car garages or more. You have any idea how many black people still throw that stuff in my face. Like, you do realize I'm a fucking homeless person, do you not? As far as an assault rifle, we get to hear from a lot of very ignorant groups about how a gun is an extension of your penis, right? So automatically we're making it a dominant male man monkey thing. Not sure if you knew this, but most murders are over women. That's right. Some drunk woman can't control her fucking temper at a party. Yes, that gets people killed often. Like when Haley Smith got Brian Farmer and Jared Wallace killed. Dino had to stab 3 people. Literally had to stab 3 people to get away from the abuse by Haley Smith and other people, because we're supposed to do what a girl wants right when she wants it. Women manipulate us with the whole, this is how you're a real man, and this is how you're a real man, this is what's a real man, and that's a real man. How about I tell you what a real woman is? How would you like that? Meanwhile, you have no fucking clue what an assault rifle is. Do you know what assault is? That's when you hit your husband 30 times. You know what defense is? That's when he pushes you away because you won't stop hitting him. You know what crying wolf is? When you go slandering his name and saying he's a violent abuser because he pushed you off of him when you were assaulting him. Yes, every man needs a gun. Especially white men. A black man can blow your head off and say, oh, he called me the N-word. A woman can blow your head off and say, oh, he was looking at me rapey. A police officer can blow your head off and say, oh, I was afraid for my life. Nobody gives a shit about you. You're a white man. Nobody's going to protect you the way they protect black people. Nobody's going to protect you the way they protect women. Not even if you're disabled and homeless. They'll give you a sandwich and be pissed off you're still out there after 6 years. Oh, I gave you a sandwich. What the hell are you still doing out here? When we're abused, you tell us everything that you can to try to deter us from turning it in. You try to make it about you. Oh, well, I'm black. Well, I'm a woman. You know, women with sex, women, shut the fuck up. Women lead every single category of violence. Every one of them. Every fucking one of them. Spousal abuse. Women are far more likely to assault you. But men are more likely to go to jail or prison. I'm all for black rights. I'm all for women having rights. Equal rights. Do I believe that your birth control should be covered by insurance? Well, I don't believe that Viagra should. If your dick don't work, your dick don't work. So what? There's lots of dudes out there not getting fucking laid and they can handle it. You can't get an erection? Not my fault. You don't want to get pregnant? Don't have sex. Guys, I don't care if you use a condom or if she says that she's on birth control. You gotta be not a fucking dumbass. Every guy I know knows men who have been man-trapped with a baby trap. There's lots of people I know who had unprotected sex and ended up pregnant, but wanted to claim it was because the condom broke. When the condom broke, was that before or after you busted a nut? Why are you jackhammering with a busted rubber? Or why are you still using it after it's full? Two very good questions. Are you sure it's because the condom broke? You sure it didn't have anything to do with your meth use or your alcohol use? You sure it didn't come down to you're just a fucking moron? Both of you. For guys, this is a lot scarier because women will try to trap you with a baby. Shit, you think you're out just having a good time, and she thinks, well, this is a perfect opportunity. I'll play it off like we're just being cool and having casual sex, but once I got that baby seed in me, god damn, I'm gonna own his ass. Now the problem is, we live in the United States. You can't tell her no. She's allowed to do all sorts of stuff, like slander your name. The kind of slander that results in murder. Just so you know, the First Amendment has been used repeatedly in my situations. No, it hasn't. My First Amendment rights have been denied across the board. They even tried to make it illegal. Tried to make a court order for me to not talk about the Natalie Bollinger situation. Whew! That don't work. That's just going to piss me off. Now, why don't I own a firearm? Why don't I own a gun? Why is it that I have literally never been busted with an illegal firearm? Why is it that in all of these situations where people wanted to pretend like I would harm them, through all of it, no guns. No guns. We've got people on my YouTube channel who have offered me guns on my YouTube channel. Many of my predators have guns, and you tell me that they have to be afraid of me? Clint Snell does have to be afraid of me. He took part in gaslighting me along with his wife, along with Chris Kurth, along with the local sheriff, and yes, they did work together to achieve these things. He worked with a registered sex offender to do these things. That's the problem with having to turn in predators into Scott DaCosta. These predators never should have had access to me. They should have minded their business and left me alone. Their fucking paranoid schizophrenia isn't my fault. Their drug use and alcoholism isn't my fault. But then look at why these people got away with it. You make excuses for them. Why is it that white men need guns? Why we specifically need assault rifles? Because we may be assaulted or murdered at any point in time just because we were born with a penis or born white. The police are not on your side. Very specifically, homeless white men need guns. I'm not sure if you noticed, but the white community has been doing more for black people than the black people themselves are at this point. It's, hey, white people, you're not giving us enough for free. Hey, white people, you aren't giving us enough. We want to have more rights than you. We want to own white people. Well, that's not gonna fucking fly. You want to own a white person? That right there is a guaranteed firearm pickup for me. You goddamn right. I'm willing to pick up a firearm to stop slavery. Does that mean I'm willing to point it at another person? No, it doesn't. I don't give a fuck what color you are. It ain't okay to own slaves. It's also not okay to blame all white people for things that you're doing. It's not okay to blame all white people for what people in the government are doing. These people are not us. Yes, white men need assault rifles because we could be assaulted at any point in time. We need armor-piercing rounds because our assailants very well may be police officers. Who is a police officer most likely to pull a gun out on and shoot? Is it somebody with a gun? No. Also, when somebody is running away from you and you shoot them in the back and then you claim that they had a gun, I'd like to see the body cam. I would like to see the body cam. You're all useless pieces of shit, every one of you. Every bit of abuse that you endure in this lifetime, you deserve. Because you think you're better than everybody else. You think everybody else should listen to you when you're abused. Or when you pretend that you're abused. When there's actual human beings going through actual abuse and you're blaming them because of their skin color and because of their gender, well, you're just projecting everything onto somebody who didn't do anything to you. How many of you have I shot? How many of your houses have I blown up? How many of your children have I raped? How many of your cousins are my slaves? Well, you got zeros all the way across the board, don't you, stupid? Stop blaming me for the actions of others. I admit to my actions. I also admit that they were necessary because of your bias. Go fuck yourselves. Also, if you're a white man and your wife beats on you, it's not masculine to stick around. Put her ass in prison. Otherwise, she's going to get big head about it. She's going to do it to a lot more people, and she's going to get people killed. Put her ass in prison.